Hi, I'm Chad Huebener.
And I'm Sara Huebener with Edina Realty, and today we are talking with Shane Hoffman with Edina Realty Mortgage. We are sitting in the Cuttigan Custom Builders model on McKenna Road in Prior Lake, and you might be wondering, why are we sitting in this model today? As you may have noticed, there's very low inventory for sale, and as a result, a lot of buyers are seeking out new construction as an option for their next home. So that said, we're going to be covering some questions with Shane today about financing, especially since that has become such an important component of the real estate transaction. I think one of the main questions that we receive from sellers and buyers in this market is the interest rates and the discussion about the rates going up, and buyers are curious, Shane, about how is that going to impact their payment?
For sure. And I mean, interest rates are just a hot topic right now. I mean, just flat out, that's kind of the first question we get asked, right? So, you know, and I try not to go too deep into numbers when we're doing a video, but just for a little context. So not that long ago, we're sitting here at 3.25% for a rate, right?
Right.
So I just use $350 as a loan amount for an example, just when we're talking about figures. So that's about $1,523 a month. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now today we're sitting closer to 4. Okay, that's about $1,671 a month. It's about $150 a month difference from not that long ago, right? Mm-hmm. So that's true buying power. That's a payment that you're making every month, right? Mm-hmm. So that's where kind of rates, why they become such a hot topic, is that's truly what you're making every month, right? So people talk about the price and everything like that, but that monthly payment is what people are really focused on, okay? Rightfully so. Yeah. But that's where kind of rates become a big deal, right? So similarly, when we talk about price, you know, when you think about that 350 number being, you know, the 1523 number, well, now today at 4%, that's only 320. So we've kind of lost like about 30 grand in buying power just with rates going up a little bit. Mm-hmm. Now, it's not something we can control, right? Yeah. Rates are not what we can control, but that is the reality of what the market is saying right now, you know? And when we talk about what's going to happen this year, it's always, you know, I always get that question too, like, what's going to happen? I'm like, where's my crystal ball? You know, type of thing. But I mean, everything points to them continuing to kind of trend up too, because the Feds have talked about moving rates a couple times this year, that sort of thing. So to think about rates, you know, going from 4 to 4.5 is not inconceivable, you know, so we could see that happen.
Yep. So, and we have an election year, we have inflation, there's a lot of things that go into, you know, rates and how they're affected.
For sure, absolutely, yep.
So a lot of buyers have a concern that if they are going to have to finance their next home, they have concerns about how can they remain competitive, especially with all of the increased competition among other buyers for the same properties. Mm-hmm. So Shane, do you have any ideas or tips that we can talk about today?
No, that's one thing that I think we hopefully can help with on the lending side. Is just, we've got a program called the Buyer Advantage. It's strictly for us at Edina, and basically what that means is somebody just completely goes through underwriting with not a specific property in mind. So it's just a to be determined property. You know, we get them pre-approved, but then we take an additional step and send them through our processing and underwriting team. So it's a second set of eyes and everything like that. But when they come out of that, then they are fully committed, right? So as a lending institution, we're saying we are lending with these guys, right? So then you can shop and whatever, that's the fun part, right? Is going to find the house. Yeah. They know that their financing is taken care of, okay? So from our standpoint, we're giving a commitment letter instead of just a standard pre-approval letter. So that's just stronger, right? Mm-hmm. And then with that, with rates increasing too, I think this is probably the important piece to that is if you go through that, you can also lock your rate. So you can lock your rate for 90 days. So when we have this kind of rate uncertainty right now, that's a way to just know that you're kind of locked in at a certain spot, which is really nice. And it gives someone just peace of mind that they're kind of taken care of on the finance side.
Yeah, so. And it helps us too, you know, working with a buyer as they're writing on a property, and then we can have a conversation with that listing agent and really speak with strength. With our buyer's offer, you have the extended lock, with the rates, and then you're kind of through underwriting too. So it's it will step up.
So a seller can feel comfortable that they're getting a qualified buyer that's qualified today and will be qualified when it comes time.
Well, and just think about how easy that phone call is for me when I'm calling a listing agent, you know, and when talking about their finance, just like, well, they've done everything they can do, right? They went through underwriting, they're solid. I mean, I have no concerns, you know, so that's an easy phone call for me to make too. So,
Thank you, Shane.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for watching our video today. If we can answer any questions for you, we encourage you to reach out to Chad, myself, or Shane Hoffman at Edina Realty Mortgage.
And we'll have Shane's information on our video here on the screen for you too as well.
Thank you.